Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm going to show you how to make the perfect drumsticks on the grill. And I hope you like my little mannequin. I dress her up all the time, Christmas, Easter. Then my granddaughter was kind enough to make her this matching hat. So she's going to show a video on her own channel of how to make this hat. Put them on the grill. Shut the lid and let them go. Don't like turn them all the time constantly. You want them to stay on one side so all the juices go into the meat. I put the chicken on now. I have large drumsticks, so I put them on for 30 minutes. I closed the lid, set my timer. 30 minutes later, I went and checked on them. I turned them, and then I set my timer again for 15 minutes. I didn't go back. I didn't look at them. I kept the lid shut. And then at this point, I took a meat thermometer and I stuck it in the drumstick and to see what the internal temperature was. I think at this point it was 155. These are rather large drumsticks, so I put them on for another 15 minutes. And when I tested them again, it was 165. I took them off. Normally, the drumsticks are not this big, so I would say you could put your drumsticks on for 15 minutes, close the lid, don't touch them, come back, turn them, and then let them cook another 15 minutes, and then check them with your thermometer, your meat thermometer, and see if they're 165, because that's what they're going to end up. If you want them to fall off the bone perfect, it's internal temperature of a 165. That's the best way to judge it, by sticking it with the thermometer. And you'll come out with the perfect drumsticks every time. The other thing is let them rest for 10 minutes. Don't like serve them immediately. Just let them rest on the plate for about 10 minutes. And you'll Hi, I'm going to show you how to make spicy chicken. So we're going to start with an orange and we're going to zest it into the bowl. Okay, that should do it. I'm going to squeeze this whole orange into the bowl. Okay. So now we'll squeeze the rest of the orange into the bowl. The whole orange. It smells so fresh. So pretty. Okay, so there's the orange and the orange zest. This is the skin of the orange. Okay, so now we put in cayenne pepper, oregano, kosher salt, and olive oil. And we're going to take 6 chicken thighs, rub it in here like that. Put all over the chicken. We're going to let this in the refrigerator for an hour or 2 hours. Whatever time you have. I'm going to leave mine in for about an hour because I have hungry people around here. Okay, I got one more. Okay. So I am going to put it in back in here. The dressing all over it. Like that. I'm going to pour some of the marinade sauce in each of them. Okay. And then I'm going to put now I'm going to leave this in the refrigerator for an hour. See, I poured all that all over the chicken. And my container comes with a lid, so I'm just going to put a lid on it and I'm going to let it in there for an hour. And then onto the grill it goes. I'll show you how to make a marinade for chicken. So I used That's 10 cloves of garlic. It's actually 5 teaspoons of chopped garlic. And then I have ginger. I'm going to put a good squirt of ginger in there. Whoops. That is a very good. Mix it around. I have. I'm going to tear up all the cilantro. Now this is out of my garden, so the stems are like kind of tender. Mix all that together. Now you can put this in a blender if you want. I don't put it in the blender. Okay, so some honey, 1/4 cup of honey. And a can of coconut milk. And 1/2 cup of soy sauce. Let's stir that all around. That's going to be our marinade. Simple and this should sit for 6 to 24 hours. Okay, so I have the grill on medium. I took it out of the marinating sauce, put them on top of this rack. I'm going to shut the lid. If you can, like, don't bother, leave it alone, put the lid down. The less you turn it, the less you fool with it, the better it'll turn out. This has to have the internal temperature of 165 when I'm done. So I'm going to close the lid and I'll check on it in probably about a half an hour. Ooh, it looks so good. Now, this is the first time I touched them, turned them, or anything. And then I'm going to put them in. These can cook, like these are huge chicken, these are huge drumsticks. They come from Carnes. It's a market we have from around here. Last time it took me 1 hour to get these to cook, but if they were smaller, it could take 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Just keep checking it with your thermometer to the internal temperature should come to about 165. So your internal temperature should be 165. Now these are huge, so I think I'm going to put the grill back. I think I'm going to cook them for 15 more minutes, and then I'm going to check the internal temperature. Have an internal temperature of 165. So I'm taking off the grill and let it rest for about 10 minutes.